It's Kareen here, and what you're about to witness is one entrepreneur's journey on how they navigate a challenge or need support in an area of their business with me. Results may vary if you try this on your own. The purpose of sharing this with you is to help you know that help is always available and you don't have to do it alone.
The main thing is focusing on this piece of uncertainty. Like I'm still sort of in, out. I had a lunch with someone yesterday and he asked me about, what's my dream job? And I was describing it to him. He's like, oh, well, is that like, embedded within the city or blah, blah, blah. And I think I'm still getting responses from people about, well, are you going to go back and do this level of work? Or is this temporary? You're going to just go and do something else later. And so I don't know if that's what I'm giving off or if that's just how they think and what they're responding to. So that's kind of what I'm struggling with, is how to kind of continue to dig in and like focus on like, this is what I'm doing. Like this is it. This is the path, right?
Yeah. So it's more about like the certainty around how you're delivered to others, what you're going after. Is that what you mean? Or the certainty that you're on the right path?
I think it's the certainty that I'm delivering to others. And I think it's also the certainty to myself. Like I'll think about, what is it going to look like in 6 months or a year, and what I need the pathway to look like. And I feel really fortunate because I've been able to get clients and I've met the goals that I've set for myself so far. But as I continue, just kind of having this sort of, I guess, faith that it'll just continue based on like the level of work that I'm putting into it, and be able to kind of communicate that in a really clear way so that A, I stop getting the questions, but then B, I stop questioning it for myself.
Amazing. So what I would think then is the action of the clarity around the offer you provide. Like, what value does your service offer? What is the clarity of that offer? And then answer the question of why do your ideal clients need it? Because I think if we kind of step back a little bit, you've done a lot of, I'm sure, value-based work without the receiving end, like monetarily, because you're just going to give value. Like you're like me, where it's like, I can't turn this off. So that's literally why I had to turn it into a business, because it's just, I'm going to be on. I don't know how to turn it. I'm always going to add value. And I had to figure out the methods of how do I ask for investment back in me for being of value to someone else. I had to really get clear on the offers I provide. So you have these mini assessments for a fee, right? And there's proof around the fact that someone does believe in you and your expertise to actually pay you to assess them, right? And then if right now you're having a lot of proposals go out, but you're not really closing on the work that you could come in and do with them, then maybe we have to clarify the next level post-assessment of like, this is what I want to come in and do with you. And it doesn't have to be this blanket consultancy, but more of a branded kind of offering and the impact around that offering to have more belief in yourself too, that I will always show up and do these things. That is my service, as opposed to sometimes we're conditioned because it was our job in the past and we got this acumen. Well, that was just my job, so I'm just going to do it. When you move into this phase of entrepreneurial service, it really has to be clear as to like, this is the consistent service I show up and make sure that you have. I am consistently going to show you how to create a 7-figure business plan based on what your offerings are. And we're going to get super clear on your offerings, right? Like, so you see how there's more conviction in the way I'm talking because I have created that offer and the proof to show you how to get there. So is that something maybe that to work on, is the clarity around what are your true offers? So they come in through a mini assessment, and then what? Like, is there a step one? We always start here, right? And you're going to see also these trends from these mini assessments of, oh gosh, everybody needs this. So maybe I should create that as an offer. And then maybe people don't need the assessment. And they just come up to me like with that one thing that I always come in and do. And make it a little easier for yourself to have the belief in your offering, because the return on that investment for doing that. Do you find that helpful as an exercise to think through?
I do. I do. I mean, I think I always think about the product as like the end result. Like I was an attorney for a number of years. So the product is like a brief, right? Like, or a specific document that I'm writing. And I think the more I do this work, how to describe the product as the process, because the specific process that I take people through, like that really is the product, and that's going to yield what you're seeking at the end of it. And the way that I do the process is something that is more unique to me based on like my experiences and the different tools that I bring to it.
I think just taking the time and then practicing like the pitch of it, and feel free to like email it to me. Happy to look at like how you are kind of stacking your offers or that product and the way you describe it. Because then maybe it's just a matter of assisting you in getting that certainty in that pitch or what that end game is, so that when you're talking about it, the belief is there from whoever you're talking to. I think that that is a good exercise now to do in these next few days, because I feel like you already know. It's just a matter of having it clear to then be super, what's the right word? I have this exercise, it's called the badass pitch, and it kind of helps you where you go into like how you actually introduce yourself to other people with conviction, but also an invitation to work with you. So I feel like we could do that once we understand what the offering is and the impact.
Okay, thank you.
Of course. Just want to remind you that breakthroughs and strategies are here for you. You don't have to be isolated on your business building journey. If you'd like to have a chance to connect with me and let me be all up in your business, go to heykareen.com/connect, and a team member will share how you can obtain the best support at this time. You always can have me in your pocket by leveraging my AI. Go to heykareen.app, download it, and start chatting away. And of course, you know, I am always here, willing and ready to be the support you need. All you have to do is ask.